one, go. Hi friends, back with another episode of the Pre-Ride Show presented by FSA. And we're on the road right now in the expo at Unbound because when cycling's biggest power couple calls, you go to them. So we're here at the Untapped booth with Ted and Laura King. Guys, thanks for joining us. We appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you very much for being here.
You were a late addition to this ride this year.
I was.
And put in some massive training right at the end. How are you feeling coming into it?
This is one race I've always sworn I will never take part in, and something changed. I think it's hard to deny the energy around this race every time. I've been here 3 times supporting Ted, and so when a sponsor, Ceres, offered me a last-minute spot, I just couldn't say no. So for some reason, we like to put in big, stupid miles anyway. So we were kind of, it's 180 miles to Grandma's house. We split the drive. So I drive down with Hazel, Ted rides, and then we swap. So we got some good mileage in, despite not knowing that this was going to be on the calendar for me.
And a big block at an event that you guys were working with up in Northern California. Some great videos and footage came out of that.
Yeah, we've had a busy last 6 weeks in Healdsburg with a project that we work on up there, and lots of work riding, but also lots of fun riding and lots of training. Our good friends, Sarah, who's racing here, and Sam Boardman spent time with us up there. So we kind of had our built-in training buddies too, which is really fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I want to say too, on behalf of all the people that follow you guys, thank you for putting your lives on display like that. I don't know if that was an easy decision to make, but I tell you what, it's a lot of fun getting to see your lives evolve with your beautiful new addition here and just see all the fun that you're up to. How was that? Was it a conscious decision, and did you guys make that very specifically in a way of saying we're going to do this just because we enjoy it and we like exposing our family this way?
It wasn't a conscious decision to say, hey, let's go forward, to show off our new daughter. It was what we were already doing. What you see on our social media is pretty transparent. It's who we are. It's what we are doing, and Hazel is a huge part of that. And I mean, there are 2,500 people or so racing this weekend, and certainly at the pointy end of the race, there are not a whole ton of parents, and so we're excited to be mixing it up among the pointy end of the race as more than just an individual. And the majority of the 2,500 people are, they're coming from families and their parents or their kids or they are who we are speaking to. So it's been a blast to do this. To have Hazel and bring her along for the ride, and it gives us a huge appreciation for the events that do offer child support during races, which are few and far between. But yeah, it makes everything that much more of a logistical project, but that much more rewarding.
Right on. A little spill at the end of the Healdsburg trip there.
Yeah.
We're just how many weeks now into the collarbone?
4 days and 4 weeks plus 2 days ago. I had surgery.
I'm guessing that's not doctor recommended. Just
correct.
Massive training miles a few days after the collarbone surgery.
That wasn't. So I think they say about 8 weeks you could consider getting back into competition, and 12 weeks. 12 weeks is the World Tour average to get back into competition. And we all talked about calculated risk. We all, being myself and the surgeon. And if I were to jump back into a World Tour peloton, I would have been way more apprehensive. Like, I was watching the Giro for the past month, and that's you're being sent out to the lions. Like, there's a inexplicable crash every 5 minutes, whereas in gravel I feel like there's more controllables, and so I recognize the risk. I'm controlling my environment and being as smart and safe as I can.
And it was zero surprise to me. I think immediately when it happened, Christy Moan texted me saying, both of us saying, oh, maybe you could get involved in commentary for the race. And I said, I'm pretty sure you should not count Ted King out yet, because I knew he was going to do everything within his power to this race being so important as it is on the calendar. And nevertheless, it's been pretty amazing to see him jump back so quickly.
So you're a newbie to this event.
Yes.
What are you most looking forward to? What are you most concerned about?
Well, I'll start with what I'm most concerned about, having watched this race and the carnage that ensues so often. I'm most scared about the heat. The heat is a hard challenge for me. I'm most excited though to be. It's been hard sitting on the sidelines and not being a part of, I guess, the club. I'm excited to join the club. Hopefully, I will be able to join the club, and just have that shared experience with our gravel family and friends, and just spend time out there on course with our friends. I have a lot of friends out there who will be riding, and I'm looking forward to just getting past the anxiety and the nerves, and once you get out there, just remembering this is why we're out here to ride together. This is what we get excited about. This is what we like to do.
Yeah. And over on the men's side, we've had a bit of a European invasion of late, and there's even a dude fresh off the Giro that's going to be on the line on Saturday.
Yep.
What are you most looking forward to? What are you most concerned about?
I mean, I'm most concerned about my shoulder. I'm very conscientious of it and what it's done to my fitness, and I say I'm firing on as many cylinders as I can be right now. I'm happy with the form. I'm really excited about some of the calculated risks that I will be taking, which we can remain nameless and see how it all shakes out. Was not expecting that. Yeah, I mean, there's more firepower here than ever before, for sure. No question about it.
Has Lawrence used a tire plug yet? Has he figured out how to use it?
He says he has. Has he actually used it? I doubt it. My hope is that experience will pay off. Remember the good old days? People would come back from the Giro and race Philly. And now they're coming back from the Giro and racing Unbound. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy where we've come.
And I think with the rise in popularity, we're going to see more of that, right?
I was just having a conversation with a person who's the director of a pro gravel team, and I said I think we're past the point of no return. I think there's been an inevitability to it, and it can still go in a number of directions. It's a fluid sport.
Is there a fear in your mind that we're going to roadie-ize the gravel world?
Yeah, that's always a concern. At the same time, domestic road racing is in the absolute toilet right now, and as the product of American road racing, I want to see that come back. So if this does somehow, plant the seed for someone to eventually get into road racing, to get to European racing, then I think that can be a good thing. My hope is that core fun gravel vibe, remains here, without a doubt.
We're doing a lot more these days to bring women into the sport. That's obviously a great thing. How do you feel about that? What can we do to do more of it?
Yes, something I'm very passionate about. What can we do? I know what. I think if we all kind of figure out what we each individually can do and do it collectively, we have with Rooted Vermont, we have a whole women's clinic weekend coming up with over 100 women, where it's let's not just open extra entries for women within the sport, but let's actually equip them with the skills and the know-how to ride a bike, and help them with the skills. And whether they decide they want to go compete in gravel or take part in gravel, great. If they don't, if they want to go try mountain biking or something else, great. That's great too. Really, we're starting with just let's get more butts on bikes.
Right. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
What does the calendar look like for you guys this year? Are we going down the road together here? Or we're gonna divide and conquer, or what's next?
A little bit of all of the above, right? Ted will definitely have a few more events on the calendar that you'll probably head to on your own. As much as we can, we enjoy going together as a family. What do we have? We have a big Colorado trip on the calendar for Steamboat, maybe Leadville, and then Steamboat. We're thinking about our options there.
Last
best ride in Montana. We're very excited about that.
Back at the BWR? One of the BWRs somewhere?
There is hope. Always hope. I've run second and third place, and even as these events get more and more competitive, I look at that as one that I could do really well at. I would love to win that. The other BWRs, we end up running into a travel conflict. But yeah, we've been on the road. We were in California for 6 weeks, and so when we got back to Vermont, it was just this really nice sense of calm. Knowing we were coming here to be here for only 5 days, 4.5 days, that feels peaceful too. So the month of June is a little bit tame. Laura is running the women's clinic for Rooted Vermont at the end of the month. July, I think we can kick off a handful more events for sure.
Tell me a little more about Rooted Vermont. You guys, in addition to all you're doing, you're now running events and things like that. What's in store for this year? What can the folks that are going to come up there and ride with you look forward to?
You can look forward to maple creamies, unlimited maple syrup, and beautiful sunshine and green mountains of Vermont. We had the inaugural event in 2019, sold out 600 people then, and opened up a handful more slots, so we're just shy of 1,000 people, sold out again. 2 courses, a 48 mile and a 82 mile. We got that pretty rough ratio of 1,000 feet of climbing for every 10 miles. A little bit of that famous Class 4 roads. And it's a whole weekend event. We kick off on Friday evening, a couple of skills clinics and stuff on Saturday, and the big dog itself is all day Sunday. And amazing food. Like, we just want it to be this full all-day experience. And so, exceptional beer. I'd be remiss if I didn't say there's amazing beer. We're in Vermont. Like, that's IPA heaven. And we got lagers and ciders for everybody else who doesn't like those IPAs.
And we operate under what we call mullet protocol. So that just means that we're about as much about the business in the front as the party in the back. And we really encourage everyone to finish the ride and get to the party afterwards so we can all celebrate together.
Sounds like a lot of fun to me. You guys are awesome. Like I said, we love following your life and your adventures together. And thank you for giving us that peek inside. And wish you guys nothing but the best on Saturday and with everything else that you got going on, okay?
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Very
You too, young
Go,
lady.
go,
We'll keep an
go.
eye on you.
Go, Dad, go.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of the Pre-Ride Show. Ted and Laura King. It's Hazel here.
Little baby
Appreciate
Hazel.
you looking in. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click the little bell to get notifications of all the new episodes that drop. Thanks for looking in.